costs associated with the following program were partially underwritten by Multimedia Cablevision Incorporated.
Tonight, live from Henry Levitt Arena, WSU 13 presents Wichita State Women's Basketball. It's Missouri Valley Conference Women's Basketball tonight as the Lady Bears from Southwest Missouri State come in to take on the Shockers of Wichita State. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dave Sharp along with Peg Whitmer, and Peg, should be an outstanding one tonight. Wichita State certainly with their hands full.
The arena is filling up rapidly. People are pouring in. Wichita is going to be an exciting night. Southwest Missouri have loaded up 4 buses to support their team. If Wichita can win this one, the papers will have bold headlines tonight.
No doubt about that. Checking out the conference standings, we see Southwest Missouri State battling it out for first place with Creighton.
That's right, and Wichita State is really pulling up there and doing quite well. A win again tonight could really boost their standings.
No doubt, and it would be a major upset tonight if the Shockers could get it. They lost by 30 at Springfield. Talking about some of the keys to victory, we met with both coaches tonight. What would it take for Linda Hargrove to come out of here with a big upset?
She's got to handle pressure. Solid rebounding is a must, and they must get back on their transition defense.
And as far as Cheryl Burnett, who is the 2-time Gateway Coach of the Year, hoping to be the first Missouri Valley Conference Coach of the Year, what does her team need to do to get the victory that's expected this evening?
She thinks playing on the road is a key, of course, with all her fans. I don't know. It seems like it may be in Southwest Missouri here. Solid defense is key, and controlling the boards is a must.
When you look at some of the key matchups tonight, Southwest Missouri State with so many talented players, Wichita State and Hollingsworth will have to play well, but so will this young lady, Anna Sanders.
Anna Sanders, she's averaging 9 points a game, 6 rebounds. She must stay out of foul trouble, and she must stop Tanya Bockham.
And when you worry about Southwest Missouri State, you worry about a lot of players. You worry about Tanya Bockham, Melody Howard, Tina Robbins, and also Cecilia Wingfield.
Absolutely. She's averaging 14 points, 6 rebounds a game. She was the one that sunk that unbelievable shot at Iowa at the buzzer and sent them running to the Final Four.
Only one loss in the conference, that at Creighton for Southwest Missouri State. The Shockers with a 3-game winning streak on the line tonight. Should be an interesting matchup. We'll have it for you in a few moments. But now, let's go to our starting lineups with public address announcer Ted Woodward.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Levitt Arena for Missouri Valley Conference basketball. Tonight's game features your Wichita State Shockers and the visiting Southwest Missouri State Lady Bears. The Lady Bears are 11-7 overall and 7-1 in the conference, while the Shockers are 10-8 overall and 3-5 in the Valley. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For Southwest Missouri State at guard, a 5'7" junior from Dunaweg, Missouri, number 30, Tina Robbins. For Wichita State at guard, a 5'6" freshman from Killeen, Texas, number 23, Kim Evans. For Southwest Missouri State at guard, a 5'9" junior from Marshfield, Missouri, number 35, Melody Howard. For Wichita State at guard, a 5'5" sophomore from Ottawa, Kansas, number 24, Karen Lewis. For Southwest Missouri State at center, a 6' freshman from Kansas City, Kansas, number 52, LaTanya Davis. For Wichita State at center, a 6' junior from Ozark, Missouri, number 21, Anna Sanders. For Southwest Missouri State at forward, a 5'9" senior from Blue Springs, Missouri, number 23, Cecilia Winkfield. For Wichita State at forward, a 6' sophomore from Manhattan, Kansas, number 25, Ann Hollingsworth. For Southwest Missouri State at forward, a 6-foot senior from Pleasanton, Kansas, number 43, Tanya Bockham. And for Wichita State at forward, a 5'9" senior from Chaska, Minnesota, number 31, Kristen Pawlowski. Southwest Missouri State is coached by Cheryl Burnett. She is assisted by Lynette Robinson, Marla Odom, and Jim Middleton. Wichita State is coached by Linda Hargrove, assisted by Deanne Kraft, Jackie Wilson, and Lisa Clausen.
Wichita State and Southwest Missouri State tonight, and Peg, right off the bat, Wichita State hindered a little bit because of an illness. Tasha Barnett, who has scored 18 points in her last 2 games, not able to start tonight. Kim Evans will have to go because Coach Hargrove told us that Tasha battling a little bit of a sore throat, but she hopes to still get some playing time out of her this evening.
Well, you hope that she'll be able to come back soon. She's been playing so well. But Wichita State and Southwest Missouri State, you can feel the energy flowing well. So no matter who's playing in the first few minutes, they're gonna do very well just on how high this crowd is tonight.
And you don't lose a lot as we get a good shot at Cheryl Burnett, the 2-time Gateway Coach of the Year, and she has a good chance at possibly being the Missouri Valley Conference Coach of the Year.
Being Coach of the Year 2 years in a row is amazing, and actually the 3rd year in a row would be a true charm.
Well, we're in Wichita, but it sounds like we're in Springfield. The Lady Bears bringing a big crowd over here, of course, but the Shockers well represented tonight as well. Here comes the Shockers down court. First shot up and no good by Kim Evans. Anna Sanders goes and gets it. Down on the court with Tanya Bockham. Bockham goes over and she recovers. Long pass out, but there's who coming up with that basketball? Scrapping, hustling, Melody Howard. Frantic pace down the court. Knocked away by Ann Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth with a nice block to get things going. Here's a run out to Anna Sanders. Goes up. Her shot is no good. Hits the deck as Tanya Bockham put her down. And we've known that Tanya Bockham is physical, and we found out right there early on just how physical she can be.
Well, Anna Sanders is such a spunky player and solid. You can see that she's going. That is already, usually you see that kind of a physical play later on. So the way things are starting out, this is going to be a brutal match.
Back to live action, Kristen Pawlowski missing the layup. And a whistle and a foul on Wichita State. That one going on Tanya, what did they call that one? On Karen Lewis, who's into the game quickly. So Karen Lewis in there, along with Kim Evans at the guard. So Wichita State with some quickness. Melody Howard to Tanya Bockham. Cecilia Winkfield, an outstanding player. Tina Robbins, there's Melody Howard, one of the best backcourts in the country. Melody Howard and Tina Robbins. Cecilia Winkfield gets the Lady Bears off to a good start.
No surprise that she would bomb some in. Again, she is the go-to player for Southwest Missouri.
Nice pass down low. Anna Sanders goes to the glass, and Wichita State's got to have a big game from her.
But you know, you love it when a team can answer Southwest Missouri as quickly as Anna did.
What a frantic pace we have so far. Bockham back out top to Winkfield. Wichita State playing that fire defense where they match up. Kind of a disguise man-to-man that they did so well with against Illinois State, Kansas State, and Bradley in the 3 state victories. There's Robbins. It's no good. Tanya Bockham goes up and gets it. Lost, knocked out of bounds by who? It's off of Southwest Missouri State. And Wichita State with the basketball. Early on, Peg, I don't think the Shockers are intimidated.
Not at all, and there's a good shot of Linda Hargrove. I'll tell you what, she has really done a heck of a job here at Wichita State. She was Coach of the Year, of course, at the junior college, and it looks to me like she's going to make a big dent here at Wichita State.
Kristen Pawlowski! And Wichita State leads 4-2. Remember, in the earlier meeting in Springfield, it was a 30-point blowout for the Lady Bears, who, of course, were Final Four participants last season, and they've got most of that cast back this year. Double team pressure on Bockham. She gets it off to Robbins. There's Melody Howard wide open. Misses the shot, and Wichita State comes out of it. Wichita State's going to have to rebound, and they are so far.
It's a little surprising to see Melody Howard missing shots. Wichita State has to capitalize on that.
And Hollingsworth, a little miscommunication with Lewis, and it's lost out of bounds. We'll see how long before Tasha Barnett checks into the lineup. Coach Hargrove hoping to get about 20 minutes out of her, suffering from a sore throat and a bit of a cold. Southwest Missouri State, of course, very, very deep. They get into the lane, off to Melody Howard, trying to get it down low inside to Bockham. They'll do that as much as possible. She drives, 14-footer good by Tanya Bockham. Despite being as tall as she is, she can also go outside and put it home.
She is unbelievable.
4-4 our score. And look at Lewis, just break the pressure. Goes to Kim Evans, the leading three-point shooter for Wichita State. Gets it off to Lewis. Nice drive, but I think she traveled. And there's a turnover on Wichita State. 4-4 as we bring you our third and final broadcast this year of Wichita State women's basketball. So far, so good on our telecast. Wins over Illinois State and Bradley, but tonight certainly the toughest test of all. Pulowski working on Melody Howard. Cecilia Wakefield has a definite size advantage over Karen Lewis. See if she can exploit that. Tanya Davis trying to set low. Anna Sanders working down there. Here's some help. Drive knocked out of bounds, and nice defense that time by Hollingsworth, who thought that she knocked it out of bounds off Robbins, but the officials say no, and it stays with the Lady Bears. Robbins will inbound the basketball. Melody Howard pulls up, 18-footer, good, right at the buzzer, and that's a two. Her foot was on the line, and the Lady Bears lead 6-4.
She is an All-American in the making. You've got to love her. She's such a playmaker for this team.
Lewis, oh, what a pass, but not ready for what Hollingsworth, and here comes Cecilia Winkfield. Transition, 3-on-2. Winkfield pulls up, goes to Robbins. Nothing there, back to Bockham. Howard for three. And that's a good sign there, but that's not with LaTanya Davis out rebounding Anna Sanders and Kristen Pulowski. LaTanya Davis from Kansas City, Kansas, Washington High School. Three players from that alma mater playing tonight. And look at that answer by Kristen Pulowski.
David Wayne Lathrop is here. He's the high school coach of those three Washington players. You know he has to be feeling very, very proud.
Tasha Barnett, Patrice McGee of Wichita State, LaTanya Davis of Southwest Missouri State all went to Washington High in Kansas City, Kansas. And here's a travel. And I tell you what so far, Peg, I like the defense that Wichita State's playing.
I do too, and they're not intimidated at all.
Got a substitution for Southwest Missouri State. Checking into the lineup, number 33, Kendra Garst. And Coach Cheryl Burnett talked a little bit about Kendra Garst, hoping to get some play out of her tonight. And checking in for Wichita State is Patrice McGee. Now running the team. Back in there for Karen Lewis. She pulls up, 15-footer, Patrice McGee. And there's one of those Kansas City, Kansas, Washington High products, giving her team the lead. So this is what Coach Hargrove wanted, to stay with them close and see what happens in the second half. 9-8, Wichita State. Pulowski with 5, Sanders 2, McGee 2 so far. There's LaTanya Davis. Good. She got loose in the lane, and she picks up her 4th point. Patrice McGee running the team right now. Shows her versatility. Kim Evans now, at the top of the key. Pressured by Howard. McGee gets open. Shot not there. And here comes Kendra Garst. On the run out, we'll see if Cecilia Winkfield wants to pull up and take the jumper. No, now they'll set the offense. We haven't really had to worry about the shot clock too much in this game so far. We had one shot go at the buzzer that went in for the Lady Bears. Winkfield falls down. Bockham just comes over the top of Kim Evans, but Evans uses her quickness. And boy, is she lightning quick, Peg.
Well, that's important tonight for Wichita State. And looks like Evans is going to have a good night. She is definitely gaining on Southwest Missouri with her speed.
And Hollingsworth had a good shot, couldn't go. Had to go over the tall timber in the lane. Hollingsworth not able to score, and here come the Lady Bears with a chance to up their lead. But and Hollingsworth partially blocks it away, but can't come up with a steal. Bockham, good. Tanya Bockham with 4.
The key with Southwest Missouri is they have so many weapons, Dave. Just when you shut down Melody, Tanya Bockham will come on.
There's Anna Sanders down low, and look at that. You don't see that happen too often, with the ball getting lodged into the support. And they will converge and say, can somebody get up there and go get that basketball? Randy Campbell and Randy Lathrop are our officials this evening. Kim Evans checking out of the lineup, and Kathleen Murtaugh back in there for Wichita State.
There's a good shot of Cheryl Burnett. I've seen her play when she played at Kansas, and I know that she could jump up high enough to get that ball without a problem.
Well, Cecilia Wingfield just used the megaphone from the cheerleading squad. And they knocked it down. What an outstanding following these Lady Bears have, as they brought about 300, 400 people over here to watch this game this evening. That should be a turnover to Southwest Missouri State. I don't know what the controversy is about, but that should be the Lady Bears basketball. And they finally figure it out, and the Lady Bears will work it in. Wichita State now with Kathleen Murtaugh, the 5'9" senior from Holland Patton, New York, in the lineup with Patrice McGee, Kristen Pulowski, and Hollingsworth and Anna Sanders. Patrice McGee trying to come up with a steal. Tina Robbins handles the basketball well, goes to Cecilia Wingfield on the baseline. Nice move, but look at Anna Sanders. And I tell you what, that's a confidence builder for Anna.
And that's going to build her confidence to do that against Southwest Missouri.
Patrice McGee misses the shot, and Anna Sanders had good rebounding position. And if that's 2 on Tanya Bockham, that's very good news for the Shockers.
Excellent news. Tanya Bockham is such a playmaker for Southwest Missouri, and that, as we mentioned in the beginning, is a key to this game.
That foul is on Tanya Bockham, her second, and that's the second on the Lady Bears, and she's going to have to sit out of there. That is a big, big blow for the Lady Bears as Courtney Murdoch checks in to replace Tanya Bockham. There's Ann Hollingsworth, goes to the glass. The first deuce for the Shockers' leading scorer, Ann Hollingsworth. Kendra Garst, cross-court pass, Tina Robbins. LaTanya Davis working on Anna Sanders. Shockers playing tough D inside. Kendra Garst shot, nowhere near. Who's going to get the rebound? Tina Robbins. Scoop shot, good. Tina Robbins goes in there that time as the Shockers didn't box her out as well as they would like. 14-11, a 3-point lead for the Lady Bears. Getting ready to check in Lisa Fires for Wichita State. Melody Howard will come back for the Lady Bears. Kristen Pulowski over Cecilia Wingfield. Pass into Ann Hollingsworth. Going to the deck. Looked like she traveled, but Courtney Murdoch gets it off to Cecilia Wingfield. She's going to come 1 on 4. Will she take it in? No. Nice pass off to Tina Robbins. And a bad pass and a turnover. Turnover on Southwest Missouri State.
Substitutions returning for Southwest Missouri State for 35, Melody Howard. Checking into the Shockers, number 30.
Checking into the game, Lisa Fires, a 6'1" sophomore from Bartonville, Illinois. Fires has played well, subbing for Anna Sanders in the last couple of games when Sanders has gotten into foul trouble. So far, that has not happened tonight. 12:25 to go, 14-11. The Shockers down by 3. Patrice McGee trying to get it inside to Hollingsworth or Sanders. There's Murtaugh. Melody Howard all over her. Howard plays excellent defense. Of course, that's redundant if I said that about all these Lady Bears because they do play such superb D. Patrice McGee, nowhere near. So far, 4 turnovers for Wichita State, 4 for Southwest Missouri State. Lady Bears out rebounding the Shockers 8-5. So on the air ball, here come the Lady Bears. Coach Linda Hargrove concerned about that shot, not the kind she wants. They have to make every shot count in this game, Peg, the Shockers to be able to hang with them.
Well, and you know, there was a good look at both of the coaches. They both are tremendous examples of what intensity is all about and what kind of intensity they expect from their teams.
Cecilia Wingfield, Peg, I know you think that she's just one of the best in the country and she can do it from anywhere on the court. There's Kathleen Murtaugh. Her shot is no good. Rebound, Anna Sanders.
Rebound bucket, Anna Sanders.
So Anna Sanders now with 4, and she is playing inspired basketball, and that was one of our keys to start the game, that Anna would have to have the game of her lifetime. Whistle and a foul, and they've called Patrice McGee.
Wichita State foul number 22, Patrice McGee.
Only 2 fouls on Wichita State as Karen Lewis checks in for Patrice McGee. With Karen Lewis, a sophomore out of Ottawa, Kim Evans, what an outstanding future the Shockers have at that position.
A lot of youth, but a lot of talent, a quickness and speed and some good shooters. Linda Hargrove knows how to recruit, and you know, she was saying it may not have happened as quickly as she would like, but when you look at this program, you have to know that the future is incredibly bright.
Karen Lewis drives baseline, double team, gets it off to Hollingsworth. What a pass to Lisa Fires. Can she score? No, I believe she traveled. Shuffled the pivot feet just a little bit, but a nice pass by Hollingsworth. That's where you want to get it, Peg. If you get it down there, you got to make those count. 16-13, 11:04 to go in the first half. WSU 13. Dave Sharp along with Peg Whitmer, bringing you Shocker basketball. Pass down low. There's Courtney Murdoch off the glass and good. So 2 points off the bench, the first bench scoring for Cheryl Burnett's team, and it's 18-13, biggest lead of the game. And Hollingsworth. Lisa Fires asking for the basketball again. They don't go that way. They go to Karen Lewis instead. And another turnover, so twice in a row, the Shockers have traveled with it. Something they really can't afford to do. That's now 7 turnovers on the Shockers. Checking back in, Kim Evans. And here comes big Tanya Backham for LaTanya Davis. Peg, earlier in the season, both Tina Robbins and Tanya Backham out with injuries, and they really just are not, it's not the same team now that they were then.
Oh, they bring such a lot of fuel when they join this team. And with them, you know that Southwest Missouri may surprise the nation later on this season. They are a fired-up club, and the main thing is many of these players have made it all the way to the Final Four.
Ball knocked away from Kim Evans, and the Shockers will keep it. Trailing by 5. Southwest Missouri State, of course, going to the Final Four last year. The odds-on favorite to win the Missouri Valley this year. Creighton giving them battle. Drake also. Kim Evans for 3, goes to the ground. And here come the Lady Bears. Melody Howard. Good. 4 points for Melody Howard, 4 for Backham, 4 for Winkfield, 4 for Davis. Balanced scoring for the Lady Bears from Springfield, who now lead by 7. There's Anna Sanders wide open. Lisa Fires didn't see her. Hollingsworth working low, shoving a little bit with Winkfield. They pass down, get it to her. Anna way up the glass by Ann Hollingsworth, and Ann with now 4 points. And the Shockers' leading scorer, averaging 12 points a game. We have yet to see Tasha Barnett, and you wonder when she's going to come in. And just as I asked for that, she goes to the scorer's table as Wichita State comes with the basketball. And hopefully Tasha will be able to play up to her potential tonight. Anna Sanders, no. Lisa Fires, can you get the rebound? Cecilia Winkfield just went over and got it. Remains to be seen how Tasha will play tonight with that sore throat. Robbins, as the ball comes over our way, Peg almost grabbed it. Instead, the Southwest Missouri State radio announcer showed some good hands.
The main thing is that Tasha will bring, no doubt, and be a spark plug right now for Wichita State. They need to do anything to stir up the flow a little bit, and you can count on her to do just that.
20-15 our score with 9:12 to go. And Peg, it's been an interesting first half so far. The one thing that the Shockers were concerned about is not having the Lady Bears come in here with all these fans that they brought with them and blow them away, but that hasn't happened. We'll come back as the Shockers trail 20-15. You're watching women's basketball on WSU 13.
Hello.
Dad, how are you? Fine, yeah, school's great.
I have a big test in chemistry tomorrow. Yeah, pretty tough.
Yes, I'm studying.
I'm writing a paper for English on the Boris Yeltsin lecture we went to. Yeah, in the afternoons. I'm working with this cool professor in aerospace engineering. Definitely the best teacher I've ever had.
Yeah, Dad, I'm glad I chose Wichita State.
The Wichita State University offers you a world of choices.
Back to the action. Cecilia Winkfield shoots. Her shot no good. Tanya Backham, good position underneath. Knocked away by Tasha Barnett, and a foul called on Tasha Barnett as she checks into the lineup. The first foul on Tasha, who has scored 18 points in the last 2 victories. The sophomore forward out of Kansas City, Kansas, Washington High School, of course. Tasha Barnett not able to practice the last couple of days with that sore throat. Tasha with her first foul, and that's 3 on the Shockers. And Tanya Backham at the line. Tanya Bockham from Pleasanton, Kansas, so she always loves to play well here when she comes into Wichita.
I'm sure she has some fans that travel that distance just to give her support.
Tanya Bockham shooting 71% from the free throw line. And she makes the second, so it's 21-15, a 6-point lead. Kristen Pulowski checks back in for Ann Hollingsworth. So it's Pulowski, Tasha Barnett, Kim Evans, Karen Lewis, and Lisa Fires. Wichita State has played 9 players so far in the game. Tasha Barnett's first shot of the game is no good. Melody Howard rebounds, and the Lady Bears come out running with 8:45 to go and a 6-point lead in the first half. Nice move by Courtney Murdoch. Lisa Fires thought she got all basketball, but she did not, and Courtney Murdoch will go to the line shooting 2. First foul on Lisa Fires. Peg, you talk about depth, and Wichita State has a little more depth than they're used to in years past, as Coach Hargrove starting to build up quite a roster here.
I think her depth is amazing, and again, some of the talent that she has recruited is absolutely amazing. There are a lot of folks around Kansas that say that this program is going to be a major one in a very short time. Again, Linda Hargrove thinking it's not happening as fast as she'd like it, but I'm sure that Cheryl Burnett would agree that it's a little frightening to come to Wichita State.
Courtney Murdoch makes them both, and it's 22-15. Murdoch now with 4 points on the evening. So the Shockers have been in a drought for quite a while. We'll see if they can get somebody free down low. Look at Karen Lewis just run the baseline. Kim Evans for 3, need it, got it. Well, that's the Shockers' long-range artillery artist, and she puts one home. She's made 18, now 19 of 51 attempts.
Southwest has such mobile posts, it's very difficult for Wichita to defend.
Cecilia Winkfield, no good. Look at Anna Sanders battle with Tanya Bockham. Bockham, however, with a nice save. And there is Kristen Pulowski. And Kristen able to get the possession arrow her way. So the Shockers now just down by 4. And Peg, that's all we ask for is that they hang around.
Well, again, you cannot dismiss the fact that Southwest Missouri was a Final Four contender last year. And Wichita State is not intimidated, and they are showing a lot of composure.
Here's a steal by Tina Robbins off of Lewis, and you don't see that happen too often to Karen Lewis. But Tina Robbins gets it done, and that's now 4 points for her. Karen Lewis loses the basketball again. A little frustration now for Karen Lewis. And Courtney Murdoch comes up with the basketball, hands off to Tina Robbins, and now she throws it away. Karen Lewis, I think, needs just to settle down a little bit. Karen Lewis, a sophomore from Ottawa, Kansas, a 5'5" guard. And she will get a rest as Patrice McGee comes back in, and so does Ann Hollingsworth. Linda Hargrove knows what a quick pace it's been, trying to keep those players rested, but she really can't keep her starters out of there for very long periods of time.
Well, that's absolutely right, Dave.
24-18, 7:20 to go in the first half. Patrice McGee off to Kim Evans. She drives, double team, pulls up 10-footer. It's no good. Evans will try to hustle after it. She'll get there. And Hollingsworth is wide open, but Patrice McGee didn't see her in time. Back to Evans. Southwest Missouri State playing man, but they help out a lot underneath. Pass down low. There's Pulaski. Oh, what an over-the-shoulder shot. Wouldn't go for Kristen Heartbreak Hotel. Tina Robbins running. Pulls up. Melody Howard. Look at that steal by Ann Hollingsworth.
That's the kind of aggressiveness that you've got to have out of Hollingsworth.
Ann Hollingsworth, who had that outstanding game, of course, in her hometown, Manhattan, Kansas, that started this 3-game win streak for the Shockers. Anna Sanders, not plagued by foul trouble like she has been the last few games. There's a poor pass, but it's saved by Pulowski. Look at that pass to Sanders, who lays it in. And to Sanders with 6, and that's what they've got to have. Be patient and find somebody open underneath.
She is a go-to player. I am impressed with Anna Sanders.
3 players getting ready to check back in for Cheryl Burnett's team. 24-20, 6:05 to go in the first half. Tanya Bockham almost travels, pushes off with the left arm. No call, and what do we have here? A whistle, and it may be Tanya Bockham's third, and she looks at the official with disgust. Randy Morrow
And the 4 buses that traveled all the way from Southwest Missouri were not happy, but that will take a little bit of the crowd out of this arena and bring some of the crowd from Wichita back in it.
If you're still hanging around anywhere in the area of Henry Levitt Arena, come on out, because the Shockers could use your help with some support. The Lady Bears with an outstanding crowd here tonight. Tanya Bacham on the bench with 3 fouls. Patrice McGee. And Peg, how about this? A 2-point game.
I'm not surprised. Wichita State is so fired up for this, and again, they are not rattled at all tonight.
Julie Howard goes to her sister Melody Howard. Julie Howard checking in the game. Melody can't get it to go. They don't look that much alike, but they are sisters, 1 year older. Here's Hollingsworth underneath to Kim Evans. Can she tie the game? You better believe it. Kim Evans now with 5, and the Shockers are even again. And now we can tell we're at home as the crowd's getting into it a little bit here.
Evans is such an incredible player. She loves defense, and she's a great ball handler, and we just saw she can shoot.
Melody Howard. Charity Longstreet is in there now for the Lady Bears. We're going with 3 new players. Driving down low, Kendra Garst again. Whistle. What did you do? You traveled, and that's a turnover, and the Shockers can take the lead.
And that's good news for Wichita State, as the crowd that is here for Wichita are on their feet and very pleased with their team.
7 turnovers now for the Lady Bears. Patrice McGee, guarded by Kendra Garst. Looked there for a while like the Lady Bears were going to go to a double-digit lead, but it didn't happen. The Shockers have hung tough. Kim Evans looks for the screen from McGee, works around it. Drives, pulls up, off-balance shot, no good. And a little off-balance and a little too much off-balance, and LaTanya Davis rebounds.
And 3 Southwest Missouri players right under the basket. We need Wichita State to get big on rebounding tonight against this great team.
Kendra Garst with an air ball. And here comes Wichita State. Can they see Anna Sanders? Yes. Anna, will you take it to the hoop? You will. You'll miss it. And a rebound by LaTanya Davis again, who's crashing the boards, despite playing with a heavily braced left knee. Tasha Barnett not able to go very long tonight for Wichita State. There's Julie Howard. So Julie Howard gets her first bucket.
People always talk about Melody Howard. She is the All-American in the making. She is that great shooter. Julie Howard, known for her defensive powers, but she can shoot too.
Patrice McGee shot no good. LaTanya Davis with another rebound. Lady Bears up by 2, can make it 4, but another turnover, that's 8, and sometimes it hurts you. They do so well in transition, but of course you play that kind of style, you realize you're going to get some of the turnovers as well. Robbins back in, and so Cecilia Winkfield. Checking back out, Kendra Garst. And Hollingsworth, Patrice McGee, Kathleen Murtaugh checking in for Kim Evans. Kristen Pulowski will stay, and so will Anna Sanders, who's done an outstanding job down low on Tanya Bacham, who's on the bench with 3 fouls. And that has been a big key for Wichita State staying close. Oh, they've called a palm on Patrice McGee, and you don't see that happen very often. I took my eyes away, Peg. Didn't even see her turn it over, but they called her for palming the basketball. Not a turnover that's called very often. 26-24, 2-point Lady Bear lead of Cheryl Burnett's team.
Melody Howard given a rest, but not a very long one. Cheryl Burnett not taking any chances, wanting her star player in here as soon as she can get her.
Cecilia Winkfield into Charity Longstreet. Nice move by Charity, and she takes it to the hoop and score. Charity Longstreet from Nevada, Missouri. Look at that run out by Hollingsworth. And now with 6 points.
Hollingsworth had one of her best games against Kansas State, and what a joy it must have been for her. Not recruited by K-State, she took it to them.
2:51 remaining. Shockers hanging tough with these Lady Bears, who lead the Missouri Valley along with Creighton. Julie Howard to Cecilia Winkfield, back to Tina, takes the tray, no good, back of the iron. Who's going to get the rebound? LaTanya Davis with another board, can't convert. Cecilia Winkfield blocked by Anna Sanders. Another rebound by Winkfield, up and in. Well, just too many offensive rebounds. Here's a takeaway by Howard. And the Lady Bears can build on a 4-point lead. Winkfield, pull up, 14-footer, good. Cecilia Winkfield now with 8 points. .205 remaining, 32-26. Patrice McGee double team to Anna Sanders. Down low, there's Kristen Pulaski. Oh, she had a 10-foot shot that just wouldn't go. Hit the lip of the iron and fell away. Here come the Lady Bears. The Shockers got it even at 24, but the Lady Bears have come with another spurt, and it's been their offensive rebounding that's told the story.
Southwest Missouri wanting to control the tempo of this game, but Wichita State really not allowing them that luxury so far.
Southwest Missouri State out rebounding the Shockers 23-10, and that has been the story in this game. Something that Linda Howard was certainly concerned about. But I think if she knew it was an out-rebounding total of 23-10, she'd be surprised to know that the score's this close.
That's exactly right, Dave. But the intensity on this court is not a surprise to me. Wichita State is very, very capable of defeating some great teams. They're a fired-up ball club, and they're going to give Southwest Missouri their money worth.
Melody Howard off the lip. LaTanya Davis, another rebound, waits, gets the foul on Sanders and scores, and just a nice job by LaTanya Davis of waiting.
That's what you don't want to see tonight. Ann Sanders getting in foul trouble. She is such a key for Wichita State.
That's only 1 on Anna Sanders, and that's 5 on the Shockers. 34-26, so now up to an 8-point lead, which is the largest of the night for the Lady Bears. They can come so quickly, Peg. Just a few moments ago, it was 24-24.
Well, Southwest Missouri is real proud of that with their scoring power. But again, Wichita State not allowing Southwest Missouri to control their own tempo and play their game, and that's so important tonight.
So far, they have not been able to get a double-digit lead. Remember, once again, that the score was a whopping 94-64 total when these two teams played in Springfield. Tanya Bockham scoring 26 in that game. But she's on the bench for 3 fouls. Hasn't been the big factor. The factor has been the rebounding. Patrice McGee, yes! Patrice McGee with 6 points. And you love to see a freshman contributing that much.
Again, youth is such a great thing about Wichita State, and it's got to make Linda Hargrove feel great.
LaTanya Davis, you got to have, yes, you did. You came over the back of Anna Sanders that time, and I think Linda Hargrove sang about time.
That's right. That's exactly what she's saying.
On LaTanya, that's just her first.
There's a fan that's absolutely not sure what's happening. Some of the fans agreed with that call, and some did not.
So the Shockers now with 37 seconds can cut the deficit from 6 down to 4, or maybe even 3. Foul on Tina Robbins, and that was kind of a touch foul. No, wait a minute. They've called that on Kathleen Murtaugh. Turnover that time as we check with our crack statistician Maggie Mahood helping us out tonight. That was a turnover. Maggie says that's 11 on the Shockers. 34-28, 6-point lead with 23 seconds to go in the first half. Stay tuned at halftime. Darren Dreyfus, outstanding pitcher for the Wichita State Shockers, will be our halftime guest. I know you'll want to hear from Darren. 11 seconds. Melody Howard for 3. No. Can the Shockers get this rebound? Yes, because it goes off LaTanya Davis out of bounds. LaTanya just so big and strong, Peg, sometimes she just comes over the top of people.
Melody Howard not shooting as well as I have seen her in the past.
Shot at the buzzer. How about that? How about that? That might be a momentum boost by Kathleen Murtaugh as she puts in a bucket at the end of the half, and sometimes, Peg, that can carry over.
Well, you'd love to have the momentum like that going for you when you head for the locker room. Right now, that's got to make Wichita State very happy. There it is.
Kathleen Murtaugh as the Shockers pull within 4 at the end of the first half. Your halftime score, the Lady Bears of Southwest Missouri State 34, the Shockers 30. You're watching NCAA Women's Basketball over WSU 13.
Hello.
Dad, how are you? Fine, yeah, school's great.
I have a big test in chemistry tomorrow. Yeah, pretty tough.
Yes, I'm studying.
I'm writing a paper for English on the Boris Yeltsin lecture we went to. Yeah, in the afternoons. I'm working with this cool professor in aerospace engineering. Definitely the best teacher I've ever had.
Yeah, Dad, I'm glad I chose Wichita State.
The Wichita State University offers you a world of choices.
Hi, I'm Wayne Bryan. Join us tonight at 9:30 for Wichita Arts on WSU 13.
Your halftime score, 34-30. And Peg, if you would have told us that, and I think if you would have told Linda Hargrove that before the start of tonight's game, I think she would have taken that.
No question about it. These both teams playing very well, but you've got to love Wichita State's spunk and fire. They have come in here and they have not demonstrated any sense of intimidation.
We knew that Anna Sanders would have to get involved low, and as we look at one of the replays, we see how they get it down into her. Kristen Pulowski and Anna Sanders doing a nice job, and that's what they've got to do to show that they're not intimidated, especially now with Tanya Backham on the bench with 3 fouls.
I just love Wichita State's effort and Anna Sanders' go-to powers. She is not showing that, and there's no one there even contesting the shot, so she's doing very, very well.
Shockers started out real well in this ball game. They showed that they weren't going to be intimidated underneath. So many weapons for Southwest Missouri State. You really can't key on any one individual. They use that fire defense the Shockers do to try to help out as much as they can. But, you know, when you're hanging in there with a team like this, you want to just keep it close, and you think, hey, we get a couple of breaks here or there, and one of our buckets might go our way, and who knows?
And if the weapons aren't enough, Southwest Missouri, as we mentioned before, bring in 4 buses of people, and they have a huge crowd here to add to that intimidation factor. But again, Wichita State not giving in, and they are playing Southwest Missouri a tough game, and that's what Cheryl Burnett was afraid of, going on the road against Wichita State.
All right, when we come back, we're going to shift gears. We'll move from basketball to baseball and talk to Darren Dryford. Stay with us. You're watching WSU 13.
This is just one of the many parts you can play as a young Red Cross volunteer. Volunteer and play your part.
Have you read any good books lately? These can only give you headaches. There is an alternative. WSU Professor Al Goldbarth's new book, The Gods, is a collection of his own poetry that is sure to entice your imagination.
It's the culmination of what I've done with all of my adult life. I write poems every day of my life. These are some of them.
Hello.
Dad, how are you? Fine, yeah, school's great.
I have a big test in chemistry tomorrow. Yeah, pretty tough.
Yes, I'm studying.
I'm writing a paper for English on the Boris Yeltsin lecture we went to. Yeah, in the afternoons. I'm working with this cool professor in aerospace engineering. Definitely the best teacher I've ever had.
Yeah, Dad, I'm glad I chose Wichita State.
The Wichita State University offers you a world of choices.
A new kind of ball, Shocker basketball.
Levitt Arena is the place to be Thursday night when the Shockers tip off against Northern Iowa in a Missouri Valley Conference battle. It's a Coca-Cola Youth Night. Children 18 and under can receive free admission with the purchase of a ticket when presenting a coupon from Coastal Mart. So stop by Coastal Mart and enjoy exciting Shocker basketball.
And you kind of ball, Shocker basketball.
You're watching WSU 13 from the Wichita State University.
34-30 your halftime score, and we shift gears a little bit here to baseball as one of the outstanding pitchers in college baseball and soon to be in professional baseball, Darren Dryford joins us. Darren, you guys have had so many outstanding seasons. I know you expect another one soon, and we're just around the corner. You excited about another baseball season?
Yeah, our whole team's very excited. We started practice Monday, and we've had a very productive week indoors. We got outside a little bit today, and that was pretty exciting for us. So we're all ready to go, I think.
Now, a lot of people have been concerned about your knee. You want to put all those rumors to rest? Are you 100%?
Yeah, my knee is fine. I'm 100%. I'm just ready to go. We've been running the whole week, the pitchers, the position players, and really there's no problem. So we're just ready to get after it.
You lost a few key players from last year, but pretty strong staff that's coming back, pitching-wise and of course, in the regular lineup.
Yeah, we have a very strong pitching staff coming back, very deep, as it has been the last few years. And also we brought in a tremendous freshman class this year, so we shouldn't have any problem filling up those positions. Lost a little bit of power this year, but I think we'll be able to make up for it.
We're going to let you relive an exciting moment in your life against Oklahoma State to get you to the World Series and show everybody a moment, and you can kind of describe as we watch this what was going through your mind knowing that you were just one pitch away from going to Omaha.
Everybody's chanting Omaha, Omaha, and I was just hoping I could get it over the plate. They had a good hitter up, so I was just begging for a strike at that time.
And there it is, and of course, the celebration. Everybody comes out there, and you guys go back to Omaha. That always the goal, of course, here at Wichita State. How does this program stay as strong as it does every year? Everybody knows the reputation that Gene has across the country, but to keep bringing in the quality of talent that you guys do, I think is just amazing.
Yeah, we've got a great coaching staff this year. I mean, Gene's a great coach, Brent's a great coach. We've got Jim Thomas in this year. It's going to help us a lot, and it's just hard work every year. Everybody works very hard because getting to the World Series is always a goal, and that's our goal this year is to get there, but hopefully we'll win one time.
Everybody projects you first round in June coming up. Any preliminary thoughts or talks with anybody?
No, not really. I'm just excited to start playing. I'm not even going to worry about June. You got to go, one day at a time, and you can't worry about what's going to go on 3 months down the road. That's College World Series time, and I'm just focusing on getting our team there.
We wouldn't expect you to say anything else. You're not very political, Darren Dryford, as well. We look ahead to what's happening with the Shockers. You get things going on Friday, February 26th. Illinois, Chicago coming in here, and the fans can, of course, come out and see you. 689 FANS for ticket information. Talk a little bit about the team and what you expect this year.
We expect great things this year. It's kind of hard for us to tell what's going to go on because we play against each other during the fall and can't really, tell what we have until we start playing games.
And the catcher always important to you, and you, of course, know that Darren Wheeler's going to be okay now and not concerned about his health? Yeah,
we're not concerned about Darren's shoulder at all. He's 100% healthy, and he's ready to go as well.
The Darren combo.
That'll be nice battery.
Darren Dryford, pitcher for the Wichita State Shockers. Thanks for being with us. Have a great season.
Thanks.
All right, we'll be back to talk hoops as we go back to women's basketball, but come out and support the Shocker baseball team as you always do. You're watching college women's basketball on WSU 13.
Hi, I'm Wayne Bryan. Join us tonight at 9:30 for Wichita Arts on WSU 13.
Tired of getting up on the wrong side of bed?
And now for a quick rundown of today's disasters.
Get up on the morning edition side instead, with intelligence, depth, whimsy, business, the arts, commentary. Morning edition from National Public Radio. Drink it in. This is radio news the way it's meant to be brewed.
Weekdays on 89.1 FM.
Levitt Arena as the Lady Bears have a 4-point halftime lead. Both teams, well, Shockers not back out yet. The Lady Bears are back out. And sometimes the Shockers stay in there a little bit longer. Linda Hargrove likes to go over things, and I'm sure, Peg, there are some adjustments she's trying to make. They want to get it inside to Anna Sanders. We've talked about that. Get Ann Hollingsworth a little bit more involved in the offense. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Tasha Barnett may be a key factor, not feeling too well.
Well, of course, anytime you suffer from an illness, you're going to be a little bit out of pace, but I'd look for her to come on strong. The team seemed to go to her as soon as she came in. Once she gets into the flow of the game and maybe get some energy, she could still be a factor.
Let's check out some of the first half statistics for you and show you what's going on. The field goal percentage, Southwest Missouri State, 47%. Look at those free throws, none for Wichita State. And when you play against them, you figure you're going to be fouled a lot and go to the line, but it's just not happening.
No, that is not happening, but that could change, of course, in the second half.
Free throw percentages there, as we say, 0-0 and 2 of 5, so not tough to figure out there. Rebounds, Southwest Missouri State with the big 7 rebound advantage. Turnovers 11 to 10, so not a big disparity there. Really, you talk about Wichita State, a team that lost by 30 in Springfield, and especially with Tasha Barnett not feeling well, I don't think they can play a whole lot better than they did in that first half. If they can get some breaks and keep it maybe in the 50s or 60s, they got a chance.
Well, if they continue to play as well as they are offensively and can get back on defense and not allow Southwest Missouri to get those rebounds as much as they did in the first half, I think there's a good ball game ahead of us.
This, of course, our final broadcast here on WSU 13, but the season continues for the Shockers. They go on the road and play Bradley and Illinois State. Kind of a strange scheduling situation. Those two teams were just here, and now Wichita State will see them at their place as they go to Peoria and Normal. Then Creighton and Drake, Northern Iowa, come in here. And Peg, you talked to the coach of Southwest Missouri State, and what was it she called that situation when you got to go up there to Creighton, Drake, and Northern Iowa? The what?
The Bermuda Triangle, Dave. I thought that was hilarious.
but they'll be coming down here, those three teams, Indiana State and then Southern Illinois, then the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament. And if the Shockers can finish 4th, they would host a game. So that's still a goal of theirs. As the 8 teams that make it, the 9th team does not make it to the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament, but the top 8 teams do. So the Shockers hope to finish 4th.
If they continue to play as well as they have in this first half, that's a real possibility.
All right, we'll take our final halftime break and then be back with the second half. You're watching WSU 13.
A new kind of ball, Shocker basketball.
Levitt Arena is the place to be Thursday night when the Shockers tip off against Northern Iowa in a Missouri Valley Conference battle. It's a Coca-Cola Youth Night. Children 18 and under can receive free admission with the purchase of a ticket when presenting a coupon from Coastal Mart. So stop by Coastal Mart and enjoy exciting Shocker basketball.
A new kind of ball, Shocker basketball.
Second half just getting ready to get underway. Hope you've enjoyed these broadcasts as we brought you 3 volleyball contests earlier in the year here on WSU 13. First time that's been done, and the first time that live women's basketball has been brought to you from Henry Levitt Arena here on WSU 13 this season. And the Shockers hoping to get their 4th victory in a row after beating Kansas State, Illinois State, and Bradley. And if they pulled off the upset tonight, Peg, it would send major shockwaves throughout the country.
There's no question about it. Of course, Wichita State has posted some great victories already this year. They played Purdue, and that was an incredible victory.
Well, they didn't beat Purdue, but they played them very close. You're right.
I'm sorry.
They played them very close, and they have come up with some big victories this season, no doubt about it. They played a strong game at Purdue.
One thing for sure, Linda Hargrove is not afraid of a tough schedule, and that's what has built her program and continues to make her program very strong.
Shockers moving right to left here in the second half. Kim Evans and Karen Lewis starting at the guard positions. Anna Sanders at the post, and your forwards, Ann Hollingsworth, and Kristen Pulowski. Balanced scoring for the Shockers in the first half. There's LaTanya Davis with another rebound, and she has been possessed with her high school coach watching her this evening from Washington High in Kansas City. And there is LaTanya Davis missing the shot. Rebound by Hannah Sanders. Shockers need to take their time, not rush things. I don't think they want to get in that real strong transition game. Ann Hollingsworth loses control of the basketball, goes and gets it. Tanya Bockham, nice steal by her. Tina Robbins, transition, Wingfield, Sanders fouls her.
You hate to see that kind of a foul again. Anna Sanders just really getting in and mixing it up in almost every play, but that is one play that you didn't want to see her get into.
And if you're going to foul her hard so she doesn't make the layup. Foul like Tanya Bockham does. Go for the gusto. Here it is, Cecilia Wingfield, and Anna Sanders obviously gets her, and the bucket goes in. So Wingfield can complete the traditional three-point play, and
Anna
she has
Sanders
10 points.
Just not afraid of any kind of contact, obviously.
Anna Sanders' second foul. Wingfield cans it. She now has 11 points, and it's a 7-point lead.
Cheryl Burnett likes to say that Cecilia has the eye of a tiger when she's at the free throw line.
There's Pulowski, Hollingsworth, back to Sanders. Will she go over Bockham? She does. Nope, won't go, and Bockham claims the rebound for the Lady Bears, who own the boards in the first half.
Southwest Missouri really doing a great job on rebounding in the second half. I have a feeling that that's an area that Cheryl Burnett had a fireside chat with them about.
Cecilia Wingfield again, and she has scored the first 5 points of the second half, now with 13. Cecilia Wingfield, senior from Blue Springs, Missouri. Kim Evans, nice pass to Sanders in the paint. Anna spins and scores. Anna Sanders now with 8 points, and she leads the Shockers in scoring. So the two players we keyed on to start the game, our producer director Greg Mathias knew what he was talking about. Aren't we surprised? Just kidding you, Gregory. Pass underneath, back to LaTanya, 15-footer, nowhere near. And Pulowski rips it off. Evans, will she take the tray? Thought about it. And double dribble. She wanted the foul. So did Linda Hargrove. Interesting styles. Linda Hargrove rarely really screams at the officials. Cheryl Burnett often does.
You don't want to say yell and when you're talking about Cheryl Burnett. You want to say she takes intensity to another level.
A higher play.
A higher play.
39-32, a 7-point lead. Melody Howard misses the three. Here comes Kristen Pulowski working on Wingfield, and now Karen Lewis will run the offense. 34-30 was our halftime score. It's now a 7-point bulge. And there's Pulowski. She misses. Tries to go get it. Karen Lewis battling with Cecilia Wingfield. Lewis' quickness paid off that time. There's Kim Evans. Anna Sanders, nice spin, put it in. No, couldn't get it to go. And who rebounds? LaTanya Davis, of course.
Oh, my. The Wichita crowd is really wanting a foul. Very, very physical.
Out of bounds play. It goes to the Lady Bears. 16:57 to go in this one. Missouri Valley Conference women's basketball action live from Henry Levitt Arena as Tina Robbins misses the tray. LaTanya Davis is all over the back of Ann Hollingsworth. Give me a break. No foul is called. Not to sound biased in any regard, but that one was pretty obvious, I thought, but not to Randy Campbell or Randy Morrow. Peg, let's watch this one again as LaTanya Davis has been all over the boards, but Ann Hollingsworth had some good position that time.
You watch her right there. She really got whammed by Wichita State. She's still holding her mouth.
Here comes Karen Lewis. Anna Sanders working with Tanya Bockham, who has 3 fouls and had to sit out much of the first half. Sanders tries to pass it down low, but it goes out of bounds. And Hollingsworth can't believe it. Thought that the ball went off LaTanya Davis, but not so. Turnover, Wichita State.
LaTanya Davis still having trouble with her face. She got hit, but there's obviously no blood, so they're not going to sit her out.
Of course, this year with any blood on the uniform, the Magic Johnson rule, you got to come out and change uniform. Tanya Bockham pulls up. Shot no good. LaTanya Davis went over Anna Sanders and just took it away from her. LaTanya Davis now with 8 points. Whistle and a timeout call by Linda Hargrove. Now, I know Linda cannot be pleased with the fact that LaTanya Davis is just going over everybody and taking the basketball away. Anna Sanders had good position there, but LaTanya Davis went and got it. The WSU Experimental Theater presents Reckless, February 10th through the 13th at 8 p.m. in Wilner Auditorium Pitt Theater. They also have matinees on the 13th and 14th at 2:30 p.m. So go out and see the fine folks here at Wichita State putting on experimental theater with Reckless. Kind of like our floor director, Teresa O'Donnell. Reckless with that waterbed. That's an inside story, but one that might keep you tuned in case this game gets out of hand. We'll expand upon it. 41-32, our halftime score, 9-point lead as we check in on the Lady Bear huddle.
Now, listen, defensively, we don't want to stand and we want to go and do something. So make sure everybody's alert.
As you hear Cheryl Burnett barking out some instructions. Of course, Cheryl Burnett, we might talk a little bit about her. Played at the University of Kansas. Outstanding performer there.
Well, she was the first female ever to be awarded a basketball scholarship. She was co-captain her senior year, an outstanding player, and obviously one of the premier coaches in the United States. You have to respect Cheryl Burnett.
Rebounding totals now 27-20 for the Lady Bears. Turnovers 11 apiece. Pulowski, cross-court pass to Evans. Like to see Evans get open for another trade. She pulls up from about 13, doesn't go. Melody Howard not able to get the rebound because there's lightning quick Karen Lewis. Hollingsworth. They really want to get it to Sanders. Baucom is all over. Kristen Pulowski's shot no good, and LaTanya Davis knocks it away, but there's Pulowski. And Tina Robbins takes it away from her, but she stepped on the sideline right in front of us, Peg, and just, I think her big toe barely got the sideline. The Lady Bear crowd not happy about it. Once again, if you're tuning in late and it sounds like there are a lot of Lady Bear fans here, there are. Peg, as we can check this out, it looked like Tina might have grabbed Kristen's hand, and right here, right in front of us, she just barely tiptoes on the line.
The crowd was very vocal about that. It had some strong feelings.
Karen Lewis working now on Julie Howard, younger sister of Melody Howard, and a travel on Karen Lewis.
Those are the kind of turnovers you want to try to avoid. You need to have complete focus against this team. Otherwise, Southwest Missouri is simply going to capitalize.
I tell you, Tasha Barnett just must not be feeling well at all because she's not playing here in the second half, and she only played a couple of minutes in the first half with that sore throat. Pass down low, and Tanya Baucom, who is a demonstrative player, gets her 7th point. And it's up to a 9-point lead, 11-point lead rather, and that is their largest of the game. Foul in the lane on number 52, LaTanya Davis. And there's a look at Tasha Barnett, who has scored 18 points, as we say, in the last 2 games, but she only played 1 minute in the first half. Coach Hargrove wanted to get about 15 to 20 minutes out of her, but apparently that will not happen. I know it won't happen because there's only 15 minutes to go, and she's still on the pines. So the Shockers playing without Barnett, down by 11. Anna Sanders, nice pass down low from McGee to Ann Hollingsworth.
Right when Southwest Missouri felt that they had them boxed in, Wichita State really executed well, and of course it scored, and that's got to please Hargrove.
Only 4 points here in the second half, however, for the Shockers. Julie Howard, 16 feet away, yes. Beautiful shot by Julie Howard.
Her offensive abilities and skills have really improved. Defensively, she was an important player for this team, but offensively, she is really doing well. Not perhaps breaking records like Melody, but coming on strong.
Pass into Anna Sanders, having all kinds of trouble with the basketball, knocked out of bounds off of Anna, and that's another turnover on the Shockers. Melody Howard checks back in along with Courtney Murdoch. Peg, you and I saw this team a couple of times earlier in the season when the University of Kansas defeated Southwest Missouri State a couple of times, but as we say, Tina Robbins and Tanya Backham not playing at that time, at least both of them not at full strength. But right now, I tell you, this team looks very, very tough, and I think they're going to be tough if they get back to the NCAA tournament.
Well, I don't think there's any question that that'll happen. Coach Burnett is such a strong believer in the fundamental basketball skills, and she really practices her team hard. This is a very disciplined club that we're watching, and again, they've had experience in postseason play. They know what it's like to go to the top, and they're hungry for it again.
Tasha Barnett back into the lineup. Can she score? Yes. She is instant offense, and Peg, I just wonder, with a healthy Tasha Barnett, if things might have been different tonight. 45-36, that's the first bucket for Tasha Barnett.
Well, she may not be feeling well, but as you saw, she really put out a lot of energy and was firing up her team, and that, right now, a spark is what is needed from Wichita State.
Wichita State going back into a 1-3-1. Tasha playing the baseline, helping out there on Backham. Backham charges, and that's foul number 4, and she slams the ball down in disgust. Tanya Backham with her 4th foul. Tanya Backham, a 6-foot senior from Pleasanton, Kansas, plays for the Pleasanton High Blue Jays, and she will get a rest as LaTanya Davis comes back in, and so does Cecilia Wingfield. But you don't lose a lot, Peg, when you exchange Davis for Backham.
Well, that's right. I want to talk about momentum here. The momentum was swinging towards Southwest Missouri, but Wichita State coming back again. We've got a good ball game. If Wichita State can stay focused and not give up on turnovers, I think that this could go down to the wire.
Pulowski needed that, didn't go, and LaTanya Davis claiming another big board. Cecilia Wingfield running. Passes back to Tina Robbins. Robbins in the paint to Wingfield. Good. When you leave her wide open, there's not much doubt about it. Wingfield now with 7 second-half points.
Eye of a tiger.
Patrice McGee now running the team. Here comes Melody Howard, tries to steal it from her. They love to bring the weak side help to get those steals. Patrice McGee goes around everybody and scores. Patrice says, try to catch me. And she gets her first bucket of the second half. Patrice McGee now with 8 points. These Kansas City, Kansas products showing their high school coach, Wayne Lathrop, a thing or two tonight. 3 of his former players playing on the court tonight. And there's one of them, Patrice McGee, almost getting the steal, but not so. Back to Melody Howard for 3. No, Tasha Barnett. And that's what Wichita State has been lacking. They've got a 3-on-1 break. They get it to Kathleen Murtaugh. No, that would have been nice. Tasha Barnett knocked out of bounds by Tasha. 47-38, a 9-point lead. And we've got a timeout on the court. Wichita State trailing the Lady Bears of Southwest Missouri State by a score of 47-38 with 12:02 to go. We'll be back to see if the Shockers can climb closer. You're watching WSU 13.
Hello.
Dad, how are you? Fine, yeah, school's great.
I have a big test in chemistry tomorrow. Yeah, pretty tough.
Yes, I'm studying.
I'm writing a paper for English on the Boris Yeltsin lecture we went to. Yeah, in the afternoons. I'm working with this cool professor in aerospace engineering. Definitely the best teacher I've ever had.
Yeah, Dad, I'm glad I chose Wichita State.
The Wichita State University offers you a world of choices.
$47-38, your score. 12:02 remaining as we watch Patrice McGee. Peg, watch her just take it to the hoop.
And that's why she was among the final 21 of 280 players who tried out for the 1992 United States Olympic team.
Tina Robbins WSU in that 1-3-1. Kathleen Murtaugh with some nice hands there, knocks it out of bounds. Turnovers 14-12, now only one since halftime for the Lady Bears, who've done a nice job of taking care of the basketball. The rebounding totals are evening up a little bit. 27-23, Lady Bears with a 4-rebound advantage. Robbins, Kathleen Murtaugh comes up with a steal. Can she go coast to coast on Wingfield? She's gonna try. No, doesn't convert. The rebound, Tina Robbins. That would have been nice. 11:27 remaining, 9-point lead for the Lady Bears. They try to get it to Courtney Murdoch, but Tasha Barnett there. Patrice McGee, rather. Coming up with the basketball, and she shoots the tray.
Yes. Three-time AAU All-Star, KCKI League first team selection twice. She was recruited from Missouri, Creighton, Drake, Ohio State, Rice, and Northern Iowa, but she came to Wichita State.
That is only her second long one of the year. Coming up with a big three here, and Cheryl Burnett says, wait a minute, I see some momentum slipping away. As it's down now to a 6-point lead.
Cheryl Burnett, I've heard many coaches say, has the ability to call the timeouts at the exact time. Her timing is unbelievable.
We'll be back with more. You're watching WSU 13.
A new kind of ball, Shocker basketball.
Levitt Arena is the place to be Thursday night when the Shockers tip off against Northern Iowa in a Missouri Valley Conference battle. It's a Coca-Cola Youth Night. Children 18 and under can receive free admission with the purchase of a ticket when presenting a coupon from Coastal Mart. So stop by Coastal Mart and enjoy exciting Shocker basketball.
A new kind of ball, Shocker basketball.
Melody Howard drives baseline, off the glass, no good, and there's Tasha Barnett. Boy, I love having her back in the lineup.
I am
Here
so
come the Shockers.
impressed with McGee. David, as a freshman, she is really playing well.
And Hollingsworth drives on Melody Howard. Back to Murtaugh. No. Tasha Barnett, go get it. She does. And look at her go to the glass and score. Peg, I've been telling you about her.
Yes, you have.
I wish she was at full strength, but she's doing a fine job despite not feeling well. 4 second-half points, and it's a 4-point deficit.
I'm sure Cheryl Burnett is very pleased that she's not in full strength.
Foul on Anna Sanders as she grabbed LaTanya Davis. And that's 3 now on Anna Sanders. Of course, Tanya Backham sitting on, well, not sitting on the points, but playing with 4 fouls.
There's Tanya Backham. Cecilia Wickfield. What a pass.
Inbounding the basketball, Kendra Garst to Tanya Backham, playing with those 4 fouls now. Cecilia Winkfield, no. Who's going to get the rebound? Tanya Backham, that could have been your 5th foul, and they don't call it. They do call it out of bounds on her as she was fighting with Kathleen Murtaugh. Both officials conferring, and they're going to change their mind. Overruling one official, Randy Morrow overrules Randy Campbell, and they give it to the Lady Bears. Linda Hargrove doesn't argue about it. Anna Sanders checks out of the lineup. Lisa Fires back in there. Cheryl Burnett looking on. Pass into LaTanya Davis. Cecilia Winkfield, top of the key. In the paint. Howard back to Winkfield. LaTanya Davis, Tasha Barnett gets a hand in there. Tasha just seems to always be around the action, Peg.
Well, and she's really frustrating Southwest Missouri. They're not used to her being in there, and they're not used to having to deal with her power.
Melody Howard inside the 3-point arc. LaTanya Davis goes over Tasha Barnett and gets another rebound. She has been a big, big story.
Incredibly mobile.
LaTanya Davis, 6 foot. Freshman forward. What a future she has in Springfield. Tanya Backham back to Cecilia Wingfield. 11 seconds on the shot clock, 9:25 on the game clock. Shockers, who are down by 11, have fought back in it, now trail by 4. Oh, man, was that a money play with only 2 seconds on the shot clock, a tray. Back down low, and Hollingsworth can't get it to fall. Cecilia Wingfield coming up with the big 3, and what a second half she's had, Peg. 3, 5, 7, 9, 10 points to come up with 18 so far in the game. Foul on Kathleen Murtaugh, her first. 3 on the Shockers here in the second half, and 2 on the Lady Bears here in the second half with 9:06 to go. And the Shockers trailing 50-43. You're watching WSU 13.
Hello, I'm Don Knobb, the director of the Edwin A. Ulrich Museum of Art on the campus of Wichita State University. I'd like to take this opportunity to personally invite you to visit us at the museum. We're currently showing an exhibition of work from the faculty in the university. This will give you an opportunity to assess the high value of art training on campus. Thank you.
Have you read any good books lately? These can only give you headaches. There is an alternative. WSU Professor Al Goldbarth's new book, The Gods, is a collection of his own poetry that is sure to entice your imagination.
It's the culmination of what I've done with all of my adult life. I write poems every day of my life. These are some of them.
If you follow the Shockers recently, you know what Tasha Barnett has meant to this team. 18 points in the last 2 contests, and look at her go to the glass here with authority, Peg.
Well, she is so motivated for this game. Again, coming in a little bit ill, she has been a spark plug.
7-point lead, the Lady Bear fans, a bunch of them here, trying to boost their team back out to a larger margin.
There is plenty of time. The key right here is that Wichita State cannot afford to get rattled. They have to continue to play.
I got to tell you, there have been some strange calls here tonight, Peg, some picky fouls, and then you get something like that down there with Backham, and they don't call anything until somebody almost gets murdered, and then they call it. Foul on Kathleen Murtaugh, her second. That's 4 on the Shockers. Tanya Backham has come close to picking up her 5th foul a couple of times. Melody Howard into Cecilia Wingfield. Back to Backham with Tanya Davis. A lot of strength they have underneath with Backham and Davis. What a pass, and Backham scores. And that is her first bucket in quite a while. Tanya now with 9 points. And it's back out to a 9-point lead. Every time the Shockers pull close, the Lady Bears come with a run. Tanya Backham averaging 15 points a game. Melody Howard averaging 18 for the Lady Bears. Kathleen Murtaugh with her first bucket of the second half, and it's 4 points for Kathleen. Back to a 7-point deficit. Kendra Garsh back into the ball game for Cheryl Burnett's team, and she pumps it up and scores.
Southwest Missouri knows how to move the ball.
Kendra Garsh first 2. Kendra from Salina, Kansas, southeast of Saline High Trojans. Transferred from Butler County in Great Bend. Patrice McGee misses. Tasha Barnett. See, she goes to the glass. I just love her. Look at that play. I don't know what more you can say about Tasha Barnett and playing ill as she is. The Shocker fans have something to look forward to in watching her for a couple of more years.
Such an emotional player.
6-foot sophomore. Look at her go do it.
She could not work harder for you. I don't know a player that could work harder for you. She loves to please her coaching staff and her players, and she sure did a good job of it right then.
And her high school coach from Washington High, Wayne Lathrop in the stands, had to love that play. Let's see if she can complete the 3-point play. Of course she does. 7 points in the second half for Tasha Barnett, and it's back to only 6, and they keep hanging around.
This is the key, Dave. Wichita State needs to attack Bockham. If they must get her 5th foul, because that could be a big factor in this game tonight. Get Bockham out of this game.
Melody Howard, no. And they have handled her tonight. Melody has not been on her game. Melody Howard, the leading scorer for the Lady Bears, averaging 18 a game. But tonight, with only 4 points, shooting 2 of 12 from the field. Patrice McGee, was she fouled? Yes, she was, by Cecilia Winkfield. That's now 5 fouls on the Lady Bears here in the second half, as Julie Howard will check back into the game. Patrice McGee, you see Cecilia Winkfield slap around her a couple of times. Melody Howard leaves as her sister Julie checks in.
It's hard to believe McGee is only a freshman with the amount of composure that she has.
Beautiful inbounds pass to Anna Sanders. Anna now with 10 points, 4 in the second half, and it's back to only 4. Need a big steal here. Need a big play. Shocker crowd getting into it. They almost steal it. Bockham, though, right there, and she puts it in. Boy, oh boy. On the run out, here's Hollingsworth. Cross court. Murtaugh hands off to McGee. 6-point lead for the Lady Bears. Shockers just need to keep their composure and maybe get it down to the wire. Lady Bear fans in the crowd getting pumped.
Wichita State playing like this is the Final Four championship night. You got to be pleased with their effort.
Murtaugh has her shot blocked. Here come the Lady Bears. Cecilia Winkfield runs in there. Patrice McGee grabs her. And we'll see if that is a shooting infraction or not. Might have been before the shot. Watch this again, Peg. See if you think this was before the shot when she grabs her. Yeah, they're going to say she was in the act of shooting, and they're probably right.
And it wouldn't do much good to complain.
No, it wouldn't matter. Certainly not for me to complain. Never does me any good anyway. Who would listen? My producer, Greg Mathias.
Tasha sitting down, getting a big,
How
big
about
hand.
Tasha Barnett? I mean, just feeling awful with that sore throat, almost playing with the flu, and she scored 7 second-half points. Tasha takes a break.
That's very smart of Linda Hargrove to sit her down the 6 minutes right now. Let her rest. Keep her down for those final minutes. The score is very close. You want her to be able to come back in and be full strength.
Cecilia Winkfield cans the bucket. We had her up there with 15 points. I've got her with even more than that. She had 8 in the first half. 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 here in the second half. So Cecilia Winkfield now up to 19 points. Kim Evans driving on Tina Robbins. Anna Sanders, no. Tanya Bockham knocks it away, but Ann Hollingsworth is there. Scrambles. For 3, McGee.
And it brought the crowd. The crowd in Wichita is on their feet, and they should be. They are giving a team that went to the Final Four last year a game to remember.
McGee only had 1 tray before this game began. She's hit 2 tonight. And she now has 8 second-half points, 14 for the game. Julie Howard, you had to travel. Yes, you did. As the Shocker fans say, this thing's far from over with 5:06 remaining, and it's only a 4-point margin.
You got to wonder how long Tasha Barnett will be on the bench. She was just the spark plug here tonight.
Tasha Barnett and Patrice McGee, certainly the story here in the second half. Kim Evans, Anna Sanders. McGee, could she possibly shoot another 3? No, whistle, foul. Melody Howard, I believe you shoved off. And that's a foul on Melody. Not a shooting infraction as yet, and the Shockers will keep it under their own basket. Cecilia Winkfield with 18 points.
Wichita fans wanting that basket to count.
Rebounding, the total's now 31-26 unofficially Southwest Missouri State with a 5-rebound lead. 17 turnovers on the Shockers, 13 on the Lady Bears. Anna Sanders on Tanya Bockham, who has 4 fouls, and you'd love to see Anna just take it right to her. Hand off to Patrice McGee. 4:30 to go. 15 on the shot clock. Shockers down by only 4. They lost to this team by 30 in Springfield. Whistle, foul, Tina Robbins.
4 minutes to go. Cheryl Burnett on her very intense.
Watch Kim Evans with a quick first step by Tina Robbins that time. Melody Howard has to help out. And the foul is called on Tina Robbins. Cecilia Winkfield checks back in. That's not good news for the Shockers. Cecilia with 18 points, and Julie Howard takes the rest. Tasha Barnett still on the Pines. Pass into McGee. McGee baseline, go in there. No, partially blocked. Kim Evans rebounds. Can she put it home? You betcha. Kim Evans, one of the smallest players on the court, brings the Shockers to within 2.
If you would have told me that it would have been this close of a ball game, or any other people, this place would be packed. Wichita State really playing both incredible offense and defense. Believe me, this is going to be in the papers, and this will be remembered by the pollsters. Linda Hargrove will walk away here tonight a very proud coach with a team and a program that she has built.
Never beaten Southwest Missouri State. That might change, ladies and gentlemen. The Shockers are down by only 2 with the basketball. Take your time. Kim Evans, 19 seconds on the shot clock, 3:37 on the game clock. Kim Evans spins, baseline. Tina Robbins steals it from her. What a defensive effort by Tina Robbins when the Lady Bears needed it most. They go to Winkfield, money player, no. Rebound Kim Evans, but a whistle and a foul, and I think they've called Ann Hollingsworth. Working on Tanya Bockham. Well, Tanya Bockham's gone a long time, Peg, with those 4 fouls, and we see right here Ann Hollingsworth working underneath.
That's a shame that I know that Wichita State has to be trying their very best to get her in foul trouble. Again, 6, 7, I don't know how many minutes she's had 4 fouls, but a very long time.
There she is, Tanya Bockham. Nice pass to LaTanya Davis, and she puts it in. That was big, as I'm a master of the obvious there. 4 points for LaTanya Davis in the second half, 10 points total. Patrice McGee, no. And Hollingsworth put it up. No! There's Tanya Bockham to Melanie Howard. The Shockers had a couple of shots. Good shots. Wouldn't go. Back by 4, the Lady Bears with a basketball. Tasha Barnett checks to the scores table. Cecilia Winkfield out of control. That was not the kind of shot they wanted. Here come the Shockers.
Right now, Wichita State must maintain their composure, make sure that their shot selection is on target.
Nice pass, Hollingsworth, whistle, foul. And that's Melody Howard, and Hollingsworth maybe going to the line. Well, she's going to go to the line either way because it's bonus time. She'll either have 1 and 1 or 2.
Coach Hargrove could not be more...
We watch just one more time. Nice pass by Anna Sanders, Peg.
Up with such strength and such determination through that foul. Wichita State not going under the gun in terms of intimidation like so many teams that play this tough Southwestern Missouri team.
It was 1 and 1, and she missed the front end, but Kim Evans rebounds. Can she score? How about that? Kim Evans twice has done that here in the second half. The Mighty Might going to the deck, and the Shockers down by 2 again.
Tasha Barnett anxious to get on this floor with only 2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining.
How about a turnover? Wouldn't that be lovely? LaTanya Davis, Melody Howard, Cecilia for 3. Oh, baby, is she something else?
She broke the hearts in Iowa when she put a bucket down at their home court to take the team, her team, to the Final Four. She knows how to make them. She's a clutch player.
2 second half trays, 21 points for Cecilia Winkfield, and that was huge. 5-point lead. Running the baseline, Kim Evans, and you're hammered, and Tanya Bockham, bye-bye, baby.
Bye-bye, baby.
Take a seat. You're out of here. So we'll see how important that is. At the 1:42 mark, Tanya Bockham must take a seat.
if you aren't a fan of Southwest Missouri, you're going to be very, very happy to see Bockham sit down. But I'll tell you what, around the country, this young woman is one of the most respected basketball players in the nation.
We watch it one more time, and what about Kim Evans, Peg? The way she has just taken it to the hoop the last couple of times down court, and that's a no-doubter. When Bockham fouls you, you usually know it.
And her quickness, I think, is one of the best I've seen thus far this season anywhere in the country.
Wichita State's free throw shooting has just not been there. 40% from the line. They haven't gotten there that often, but they haven't been making them when they get there. And Kim Evans misses it. Evans shooting 65% from the line as a team. Wichita State shooting 63% coming in. That was big, though. She does get the second. That's now 10 points for Kim Evans. And it's a 4-point lead. Whistle. And we have a timeout on the court. With 1 minute and 40 seconds to go, please do not go away. We might have some kind of finish for you. It's the Lady Bears, 62, and Wichita State, 58.
Hello.
Dad, how are you? Fine, yeah, school's great.
I have a big test in chemistry tomorrow. Yeah, pretty tough.
Yes, I'm studying.
I'm writing a paper for English on the Boris Yeltsin lecture we went to. Yeah, in the afternoons. I'm working with this cool professor in aerospace engineering. Definitely the best teacher I've ever had.
Yeah, Dad, I'm glad I chose Wichita State.
The Wichita State University offers you a world of choices.
Dave Sharp and Peg Whitmer, along with statistician Maggie Mahood, with you this evening as we look at the coach Linda Hargrove surveying the situation. Peg, her team trailing by only 4 with 1:40 to go.
She's never defeated Southwest Missouri, but I tell you what, she'll remember this game no matter what the outcome is. Wichita State has played and put up a gallant fight against a team that went to the Final Four.
Cecilia Winkfield's going to take that all the way to the hoop. And she misses it. LaTanya Davis goes all over the top of the Shockers, and they get the basketball again. And LaTanya Davis, ladies and gentlemen, has gotten by with that a few times in this game. She's done a great job, but a couple of times I think she's gotten by with a few.
You're going to see Southwest Missouri milk the clock right now. Wichita State has to do what they've been doing all night long. Exercise patience.
14 seconds on the shot clock. 1:08 on the game clock. Tina Robbins hands off LaTanya Davis over Anna Sanders. No good. Get that rebound, somebody. Cecilia Winkfield comes out of there. So does Tina Robbins. So does Courtney Murdoch. And a foul on Patrice McGee. And the Lady Bears going to the boards with authority. Wichita State had come back to trail and rebounding by only 2, but that time the Lady Bears, when they needed it, crashed the boards. We'll watch this one more time, Peg, and this is the experience of a team like Southwest Missouri State.
Well, and it's also a team that has a point advantage right now. I really think Wichita State showing a lot of poise, given the fact that they are a few points down.
Courtney Murdoch at the line, shooting only 46% from the line on the year, but she makes that one. She's the person you want to foul. Everybody else shooting 71% or better that's on the court right now. Courtney Murdoch puts home a big one. Second one is both. Hits them both. Courtney Murdoch gives her team a 6-point lead. Shockers probably going to have to shoot a 3 and shoot it pretty quickly. Sanders to Kim Evans. Into Tasha Barnett. She spins, she shoots, she misses, and Cecilia Winkfield goes and gets it. Here's Winkfield. She's going to try to go coast to coast. Cecilia Winkfield, what a player. That might have put the nail in the coffin. An 8-point lead with only 30 seconds to go. Into Anna Sanders. Sanders off the glass and good. And the Shockers call a timeout. So they got it up and off the hoop quickly. But Cecilia Winkfield with 23 points. And Peg, let's talk about the job Cecilia Winkfield has done when the Lady Bears have needed it most.
Again, it's not a surprise. She is always the player that you know they're going to go to in a pressure situation. She's been there all the way. You cannot discount that experience. But hey, with 25 seconds, a lot of games have been won in less time. And Wichita State has come in here with a solid game plan. It's not over yet, Dave.
Let's listen to Cheryl Burnett.
Last time was perfect. Right? It's basketball. If they are coming up hard on a trap, then you might stay and get fouled. If you can make the pass.
Now let's listen to Wichita State's Linda Hargrove.
Both coaches across the nation have been respected and awarded for their great talents and their great programs. You gotta love these coaches, both different styles, coach of the years. They both know how to create winning programs, and we're witnessing tonight an example of their efforts.
Hard to believe this was a 30-point game in Springfield. But the Shockers have given the Lady Bears everything they've wanted tonight. 6-point lead, 25 seconds to go, whistle foul on Kim Evans, and she had to do that. And Melody Howard will go to the line, a 78% free throw shooter. Hope you've enjoyed these games over WSU 13. It has been our privilege and mine to be associated with Linda Hargrove's program. And Peg, I know you feel the same way in what she's building here in the city of Wichita.
Well, you can't say enough about the people, the staff here. Of course, the folks that we're working with are gracious. They make you feel a part of the Wichita State family. I'm just happy to be here. And of course, Gary Hunter, the athletic director, we were sorry to hear he couldn't join us at halftime. Next time, maybe he can join us.
Ann Hollingsworth checking out of the lineup, and good to know she's going to be around for a couple more years, too.
You know, Dave, you look at the remaining schedule for Wichita State, and you got to see a lot of hope. They're going to meet Creighton and Drake, and coming out of this game, regardless of what happens, they're going to have a lot of confidence.
That is only the first point in the second half for Melody Howard, the leading scorer on this team. 18 points a game, held to only 5 by Wichita State's defense. We'll come back and watch the last 24 seconds. You're watching WSU 13.
A new kind of ball, Shocker basketball.
Levitt Arena is the place to be Thursday night when the Shockers tip off against Northern Iowa in a Missouri Valley Conference battle. It's a Coca-Cola Youth Night. Children 18 and under can receive free admission with the purchase of a ticket when presenting a coupon from Coastal Mart. So stop by Coastal Mart and enjoy exciting Shocker basketball.
A new kind of ball, Shocker basketball.
Melody Howard back to the line. She'll try to give her team an 8-point lead with only 24 seconds to go, and she puts it home. 68-60. And just a bad pass. And you hate to see that at the end of the game. Cecilia Winkfield misses the shot as Kim Evans has played so well. And now they'll just run it out with 14 seconds to go. Anna Sanders shoots for 3, no good. Knocked around, a rebound by Wichita State. Kathleen Murtaugh, it's no good. Cecilia Winkfield holds it with only 4 seconds remaining, fouled by Kim Evans, and Cecilia Winkfield will go to the line. And that gives them a chance to look at the rest of the schedule this year. Peg, you talked about what's coming up for Wichita State and Linda Hargrove's team. As we said, this is our last telecast, but the season continues, and we will hope, of course, that you will support the Shockers, both on the road and at home. They go to Bradley and Illinois State. They'll whoop up on Bradley. I just got a feeling. Bradley, of course, having a lot of roster injury problems, and Wichita State handled them easily here. Illinois State, a different story. That'll be a tough one. And then they've got Creighton coming in.
Well, I don't think Creighton should be a threat to them with the way they have played this team. Of course, Creighton is the powerhouse in this conference, but I'll tell you what, looking over at this bench, you got to feel a lot of pride, and I'm sure Linda Hargrove will admit that there is, the way she's come in tonight and played this team.
Oh, Patrice McGee almost hits one at the buzzer, but that is it. And the Southwest Missouri State Lady Bears get a victory over the Wichita State Shockers, but a very game group of Shockers. Your final score, the Lady Bears from Springfield, 70, and your Wichita State Shockers, 60. We'll be back to talk about it and hopefully have a parting word from Coach Linda Hargrove after telling you you're watching Wichita State women's basketball on WSU 13.
Hi, I'm Wayne Bryan. Join us tonight at 9:30 for Wichita Arts on WSU 13.
Your final score, 70-60. Peg, I tell you what, when people see that in the paper tomorrow, they might think, well, 10-point game, you know, they probably had it in control the whole way, but not so. The Shockers made the Lady Bears work for this one.
I'll tell you, I watched Cheryl Burnett, and I've seen her in pressure situations, and I can remember what she was like at the Final Four. This was a tight game, and I know that she's happy to pull this one out.
Boy, does this bode well for the Shockers in the future. I think, you hate to say you get confidence from a loss, but don't you think this is one that they can build upon?
I'll be surprised if Linda Hargrove doesn't walk away here feeling very, very happy and very excited about the rest of her season.
Because Wichita State was at full strength. Tanya Bockham, and they held her down. She fouls out of the game. Tasha Barnett comes into the game not feeling well with that sore throat. Gives them a heck of a spark in the second half.
Well, you asked the question of Cheryl Burnett, are you having anybody that's suffering from anything? And she said for the first time not. And again, as you mentioned, Wichita State was not having Tasha Barnett at full speed. So that's good news for Wichita State that they played as well as they did.
All right, we'll come back and hear from the coach, Linda Hargrove. Once again, the final score, the Lady Bears 70, the Shockers 60. This is WSU 13.
Hello.
Dad, how are you? Fine, yeah, school's great.
I have a big test in chemistry tomorrow. Yeah, pretty tough.
Yes, I'm studying.
I'm writing a paper for English on the Boris Yeltsin lecture we went to. Yeah, in the afternoons. I'm working with this cool professor in aerospace engineering. Definitely the best teacher I've ever had.
Yeah, Dad, I'm glad I chose Wichita State.
The Wichita State University offers you a world of choices.
Hi, I'm Wayne Bryan. Join us tonight at 9:30 for Wichita Arts on WSU 13.
Final score 70 for the Lady Bears and 60 for the Shockers. Unofficially looking at some of the scoring totals for Wichita State and Hollingsworth with 8, Kim Evans with 10, Kristen Pulowski had 5, Anna Sanders with 12, Kathleen Murtaugh with 4, Dasha Barnett with 7, all in the second half, playing with that sore throat and that bad cold. Patrice McGee with 14 big points. And Peg, I know you were very impressed with Patrice McGee.
I was impressed with so many of the players, balanced effort by all the Wichita State players, but McGee, with her youth, is going to be good news for this team.
And we look at Patrice McGee right here, going by one of the best in the business, Cecilia Winkfield.
And again, absolutely unbelievable poise against one of the best players in the country, and being chased there by Melody Howard, who, again, you can't say enough when you have experience from the Final Four, but Wichita State not really acting very nervous about that.
And look at Patrice McGee take it to the hoop. Cecilia Winkfield with 24 points. She's certainly the big story in the second half. Tanya Bockham with only 11 fouling out. LaTanya Davis with 10 points. As now we have been joined by the coach, Linda Howard. Linda, you don't often say congratulations during a loss, but I think congratulations are in order. You took this team basically down to the wire.
Well, I'm very proud of the way our team played. I thought we had great effort the entire ball game. Executed pretty well most of the game. I didn't let their pressure really affect us like I was afraid it might. But Patrice McGee came off the bench, and I thought she just did a great job handling their defense and being able to react when the double team was coming. And so, yeah, here she is. Now, this is something we don't see often from Patrice, her pull up and shoot the three. But I think she got 2 of them down tonight. And I think that they were backing off of her a little bit, thinking that she wasn't going to shoot it. And she's turning into more of a scoring threat for us, and that's great for our offense.
Tasha Barnett not able to go as much as you had wanted, but she came through with 7 big second half points.
She really did. You know, we tried her a little bit in the first half, and she just mentally wasn't into it at all, especially on the defensive end. And I think setting out a lot in the first half really motivated her to be ready to go in the second half. And Tasha is such a talent for us. She's just, she's got the physical tools to put the ball on the floor, to make a big move against a really good defensive player. She's got a very, very bright future here, as does all of our young players, I think, and I'm really proud of them.
Talking about the future, the remaining schedule has got to make you feel really good. It's got to be a real confidence booster for your team.
I think it is, Peg. We had, we had that tough road trip where we lost 3 conference games in a row on the road, and that was before we were really playing very well. And then we won at K-State, started building momentum, and then the Bradley win and the Illinois State win. This game, even though it was a loss, I think it's going to give our players some momentum. I think it's going to give them confidence, because they know now that they can play with, to the end, a good team.
And the country is going to notice that it was a very close ball game.
You know, it ended up being 10, and it certainly wasn't 10. It was much tighter than that, and I thought we missed a real key rebound when it was about a 2 or 4 point ball game. And we've had problems blocking out. Our players a lot are still, when the shot goes up, they watch to see if it goes through the net instead of finding somebody to box out. And I think that that's something that as our players gain more confidence and play more and longer together, that they're going to do a better job recognizing. But it was a great effort. I'm really proud of our girls. Cecilia, this is the 2nd game in a row that she has had a great ball game against us, and she is a great player. There's no question about that. I just wish she would save it for somebody else. I think with all the players from Kansas City that were on the floor tonight, I know they're all friends off the floor, but I think it motivates Patrice and Tasha and Cecilia and LaTanya. I think they all get really motivated to play against each other, and they obviously did a good job tonight.
One good thing about Cecilia, she's a senior.
That's right. I like seeing Cecilia Winkfield and Tanya Bockham ready to graduate this year, but their young players are very good too, and as they get more and more experience, they're going to be very good.
Did a great job on Bockham. Ends up with 11 points, and you fouled her out of there.
She really hurt us the last time we played them. I think she had 26 against us, and tonight she was taken out of the game, much as Anna Sanders was taken out when we played them there. And Anna got to stay in the game tonight, and I told you before the game, I thought she was every bit as physical as Tanya Bockham is, and she was really excited to play a good game, and that definitely helped us, putting Tanya on the bench part of the game.
What did you say at halftime?
Basically, I just tried to pump the girls up. They're kind of fragile in that they're so young, so you don't want to get on them a lot, but yet you have to get on them a little bit. But I was really pleased with our effort in the first half. I thought that we played we played pretty controlled. We weren't out of control a little bit, but not a lot. And basically, we needed to execute our offense a little bit better in the second half.
Let's look at the final stats, Coach, and see if there's anything that sticks out in your mind.
Well, I like that 43% for SMSU. They obviously, when we played them the last time, I think they shot 63 or 64%. The rebounding, again, we knew we had to rebound with them, and the big surprise is the three-point shooting percentage. We're not known as a three-point shooting team at all, and they are with Melody Howard and Tina Robbins and Cecilia Wingfield. So that probably was some of the telling statistics, and I also like that bench scoring a lot. We do have some depth on this team, and I thought we had some players come off the bench and really do a good job for us.
Coach, you fall to 3 and 6 in the league, but you still got a legitimate shot at finishing 4th. That would be big. That'd give you a home game in the tournament.
That would be huge. That is our goal, to try to finish in the top 4. And we got some really, really good teams in the league. Our league is very strong. Right now we have SMSU at the top with Creighton. They're tied. Then we have Drake, who's a surprise team for everybody because they're very young, but they're very good. And then we have Southern Illinois, and then I think we're in that 5th spot right now. Right. And we're going to have to beat a Drake or a Creighton now at home. I thought going into tonight's game, we'd have to win one of those 3, Southwest Missouri, Creighton, and Drake, to really have a legitimate chance of getting into that top 4. And maybe we'll have to win 2 and then get the job done on the road. And that's a big if, because we haven't been able to do that yet.
Coach, our final telecast with you guys. Thanks for letting us be a part of the WSU family.
I loved every minute of it. I hope that we can get you guys for every game next year. It's been giving our team a really big boost, knowing that there are people that care about our team, and I think they've played pretty well since you guys have been telecasting us.
We've loved it, certainly have. Peg and I'll be back to wrap things up in just a moment. You're watching WSU 13.
Hi, I'm Wayne Bryan. Join us tonight at 9:30 for Wichita Arts on WSU 13.
Tired of getting up on the wrong side of bed?
And now for a quick rundown of today's disasters.
Get up on the morning edition side instead, with intelligence, depth, whimsy, business, the arts, commentary. Morning edition from National Public Radio. Drink it in. This is radio news the way it's meant to be brewed.
Weekdays on 89.1 FM.
Final score, Lady Bears 70 and the Shockers 60. Peg, your first chance to see the Shockers this year, and I know that you were impressed. I was.
Oh, I don't know that anyone wouldn't be impressed by the effort that they put out tonight. Cheryl Burnett said she likes playing in this arena, and I'm sure she likes the victory, but I don't know that very many people won't go away shaking their heads with a lot of good feelings about this team, Wichita State, a very young team that played a very experienced veteran ball club in Southwest Missouri.
All right, Wichita State now falls to 10 and 9 overall, 3 and 6 in the Missouri Valley. The Lady Bears 12 and 7 overall, 8 and 1 in the league. Want to thank everybody involved with these telecasts. We certainly have enjoyed it. Greg Mathias, our producer director, has done an outstanding job. Teresa O'Donnell, our floor director, has done a super job. Appreciate what Rosie did with us, and Garen and Peg being here with me, Maggie Mahood taking our statistics tonight, and everybody involved, Gary Hunter, everybody at Wichita State. It has been a lot of fun, hasn't it?
They're all great, and
Super
it was a
job.
good night, and I think the future is great for Wichita State, and they shouldn't give up, because tomorrow morning there's going to be a lot of people talking about this game here tonight.
Come out and support the Shockers for the rest of the season, and we hope we'll see you again next season. You've been watching NCAA Women's Basketball over WSU 13. Our final score once again tonight, the Lady Bears 70, the Shockers 60. For Peg Whitmer, I'm Dave Sharp. So long, everybody.